Hey, we're out in Reno, Nevada. Beautiful Sunday morning. Nothing is here. Not even Kaya's Squeeze-In used to be here. Little chapel, and then became a pawn shop. See, that says gold right there. Anyway, this here is the St. Francis Hotel. It's an original hotel. Holy smokes, look at that beautiful brickwork all around here. Here's our view in the 1930s, looking north up Virginia Street. Way at the top, this is our St. Francis Hotel, across the street from the future Eldorado Hotel Casino. So the history of our hotel, it starts with the Italian immigrants Santino and Emma Piazzo. And Santino came to America in 1898, made his way to Reno in 1905. His future wife Emma, whose legal name is Maria Caterina Geronima Pizzorno, she followed him a few years later. They were married, moved to a local ranch in Reno, raised their 5 children. In 1925, Santino, he entered the produce business. He built our St. Francis Hotel here, known as the Piazzo building, 3-story brick building next door to the popular St. Albans. And on the ground floor, his oldest son Louis, he opened the model fruit market. Next door was a soft drink parlor called the North Candy Store. The second and third floors, they made up the St. Francis Hotel. This became another one of our long-term resident divorcee seekers establishments. Very popular with the business travelers too. And 3 years later, in 1928, Santino was driving back from California with a load of fruits and vegetables, fell asleep at the wheel, ran off the road, and was instantly killed. And our newly widowed Emma, she remained resilient. She kept the hotel, and the children chipped in to help out with the family business. In 1938, the 2 younger sons, Chester Chet and Lincoln Link Piazzo, they pooled their savings and opened the sporting and hunting store on the ground level, called it the Sportsman. The shop became a local favorite. It gained a monopoly in the team uniforms and the gym clothes for the local schools. It used to have rows and racks of baseball bats in the basement, wooden skis, fishing rods, reels, an array of Winchesters and Remingtons. The strong smell from the animal hides being tanned by the in-house taxidermy shop. And here, looking north of Virginia Street in the 1940s, at Plaza Street, that's our Grand Central Hotel, then a Vogue beauty shop, and our St. Francis. And then on the corner out there, that's the former St. Albans Hotel. And here's our view looking south about the same time. On the right, all this would be torn down for the Eldorado. And on the left, we have our St. Francis Hotel and the St. Francis Cafe next door. The Grand Central on the corner, and all the way down in the commercial row, that's the famous Reno Arch. Anyway, Emma, she continued to operate the business. Her daughter Olga and son-in-law Dario, they stepped in to help and passed it on to their son named Sam Divitanto. And he returned from the army in the 1950s. Sam became a prominent member of Reno, even the city mayor from 1971 to 1975. And Emma Piazzo died in 1979, and Sam passed away in 2021. So eventually the Sportsman, it moved out. Chet and Link, they constructed a new location at West and Vine Streets. But I believe the Piazzo family still owns our St. Francis today. It's a beautiful landmark with a deep, lasting ties to Reno's heritage. And here's our St. Francis in 1997. On the ground level is Wade's Silver Shop, the Tourist Center, some free maps, and our Easy Cash Super Pawn Shop. And here we are in 2005. The St. Albans on the left, now called the City Heart Motel. That was demolished in 2020. Then our St. Francis, our tourist center, is now a liquor store. To the right is the Jewel Craft Inc. It used to be a wedding chapel. And on the right of that was the Wild West Souvenirs. That used to be the home of the popular Kaya's Squeeze-In Eatery. It's our first black-owned business on Virginia Street. It closed down in 1983. Here's another view in 2011, the St. Francis, the retail shops on the ground level, and also next door. And finally, in 2020, another view, just before the pawn works on the right, that was torn down. And today you can find the Piazzos and the family crypts up at Our Mother of Sorrows Cemetery, Nevada Memorial Park Mausoleum. Here we have our proprietors of the original St. Francis, Santino Piazzo and Maria Emma Pizzorno. We also have the oldest child, Luis Piazzo. He was born in 1906, died in 1955 from an automobile crash outside the university. And Olga Piazzo di Vitanto, she was born in 1910, died in 1965. Chester Chet Piazzo, he's up at the Mountain View Cemetery, born 1917, died 2006. And Lincoln Leak Piazzo, He's also interred at Mountain View, born 1918, died 2014. During World War II, Link was a B-25 pilot, completed 67 combat missions, awarded 14 medals for his service, including the Distinguished Cross. And finally, Melba Angeli Piazzo Castellanelli, she was born 1923, died 2004, interred with her husband and her parents at Our Mother of Sorrows. Anyway, this is our St. Francis today, sitting all alone on Virginia Street. And way up there at the top, that's the monument for our 1925 Santino Piazzo building. Well, there you go. That's our beautiful St. Francis. I don't know if they're still open or not. But you get some liquor, the liquor store, and trading your gold and silver at Sierra's right here. Wonderful place. Very iconic. Hope they don't tear it down. It's absolutely gorgeous. Wow. The Piazzo building out here on Virginia Street, across from Eldorado. Okay. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.